Hello, everyone. How's it going? Hopefully, everyone's having a great day. Welcome back to another Watch with Nordic live stream. And today we have a good one. The Calgary Flames. Let me get a hat. I need a hat. I can't. I can't and shall not wear a hat with my hair looking like that. So, all right. What's up, everyone? We got a Watch with Nordic live stream here today between the Calgary Flames and the Minnesota Wild. And this is a must-win game for the Calgary Flames. For Minnesota, they can clinch a playoff spot here tonight with a win. But for Calgary, if they want to stay alive in the playoff race, they need, and I repeat, they need to win this game. Here's the standings as of right now in the Western Conference. They go as follows. Minnesota and St. Louis are tied for that first wild card spot. Minnesota, 79 games played. St. Louis, 80 before the time of this game tonight. So by the end of it, Minnesota will have 80 games played. As for Calgary, they are the only team that is still mathematically alive outside of the playoff line with 88 points in 78 games played. After tonight, it will be 79. So a very pivotal 2 points here for the Flames. If they want to make the playoffs, they need these points, and there's literally no doubt about it. They don't have the tiebreaker over either of the teams that they're trying to chase, so every point counts, and there's no exceptions. For the Flames, they have, again, 4 games left, including tonight against Minnesota. I think if we're being honest, they got to win out. They got to win every single game that they play if they want to break into the playoffs. And again, as I said, they are the only team in the Western Conference right now that is contending for a playoff spot. So the odds are really stacked up against Calgary. But we'll see where this night goes. I definitely think that this is going to be interesting. But yeah, again, everybody, thank you all for tuning in early as the early people begin to flood in. By the way, this is probably our last Friday night regular season stream before the playoffs. Actually, I know it is our last Friday regular season game before the playoffs. It probably also is our last after hours version of a Watch with Nordic stream because obviously by the end of things, the playoffs, we'll get into that and all that. What's up, Distef? How we doing? Got like a cut on my lip still. This thing has been a pain all day. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's like right here. It's like right up in here. Freaking hurts. It's been there for the last like couple days. Hopefully it goes away soon because I'm not trying to. It's very painful to have in my mouth. But anyways, we'll get started here very, very soon. In an incredibly pivotal matchup. Starting goaltender preview, Dustin Wolf is in for Calgary. Philip Gustafson is in for Minnesota as the broadcasters honor Greg Millen, who passed away a couple days ago. Was a great broadcaster and overall a great person who unfortunately did pass. So a little moment of silence here for him. I think this is the first Flames home game since his passing, and he was a big Flames. I think he was one of the Flames commentators. I've seen him around. I can't think of where. Like again, I watch so much hockey, but I think he was a. He also played hockey too. That also can be kept in mind. Also, as well as that too, Ray Shero passed away. That was shocking. Kind of sad to be honest. All right. Let me, did the game start or haven't they scored yet? The game has not started yet, but it will be soon. In like probably 5 minutes, I would say. I was going to look something up. Oh, the elimination scenario. So, Calgary, if they do lose tonight, it is not the end of the world because there is a chance that they will clinch or they will be able to catch St. Louis. The odds do dwindle. Again, for Minnesota, it's essentially win and they're in. For the Wild, I think that should be pretty obvious in terms of, you look at the overall stats. Minnesota is right there. Never been more stressed in a regular season game ever. Oh, definitely. This is the things on the line here, Aiden, are insane for Calgary. This is like a must-win game. No doubt. As well as that, too, the Oilers can clinch tonight as well. They are taking on, I think, Seattle, or they're taking on the Sharks. So I would expect Edmonton to get into a playoff spot tonight. Wouldn't surprise me at the slightest. But we will see. We shall see, I guess. I'm sure Flames fans are not particularly happy to hear that, though. So maybe I'll shut up about the Edmonton talk until they actually clinch tonight or when we do our out-of-town scoreboard stuff. Strong and free. Again, guys, this is the second Flame stream this week, so I do appreciate everybody who tuned into the one at the beginning of the week. It was a late night 10:30 game. I know I was like dying at the end of it, but it was a fun stream, so thank you everybody for tuning into that one. I appreciate it. And let's hope for a really good one here tonight because I'm excited about this game. This game has a lot of anticipation, a lot of hype on the line. Yep. That's exactly what I thought you were going to say, Aiden. All right, well, that's it for the anthems. Let's get ready for the preview of this game. Again, it's a must-win game for the Calgary Flames, and as for Minnesota, it's not a must-win, but if they do win, they are in. Starting goaltender preview here, Dustin Wolf is in for Calgary, who has been their biggest X factor this year. A 26-16-8, a 2.64, and a .910 when he suited up for the Flames this year. And on the other end, Philip Gustafsson with a 30-18-6, a 2.54, and a .915. Pretty talented goaltenders in the Western Conference this season. With their season potentially on the line, it's a must-win game for the Calgary Flames if they want to stay alive in the Western Conference playoff race. For Minnesota, they can clinch with a win here tonight. A lot is on the line in this 10 p.m. Eastern start time matchup between the Minnesota Wild and the Calgary Flames. And we get some delays here before the start of this one. And the puck is officially dropped. And we are underway. A do-or-die game. Anderson with the puck. Throws it through the zone. It's intercepted by the Wild. Boldy then will dump it back into the Calgary zone. And it goes immediately into the safety netting. Flames obviously coming off of a rough game against the Anaheim Ducks. A game, to be honest with you, where they really needed those 2 points. If they get those 2 points, it might be a completely different ball game right now, but they only got one, unfortunately. Anderson dumps it back into the zone, picked up by Huberdeau. Huberdeau to the right side, shoots it, saved by Gustafsson. On the first shot of the game, Wild try picking it up. Flames intercept it right away. Ball over to Anderson, who passes it up to Nazem Kadri as it slides into the zone. Faber back down low as Minnesota regroups. Faber behind the net. Throws it through and up and into the Calgary zone. Waiting with the puck then is Hanley, who sends it up. And stolen back by Minnesota as they regroup. Wild with Kaprizov in their return. Here they come the other way. A shot on net, saved by Wolf. And speaking of the devil, Kaprizov will pick that puck up. Back behind the net. Has control. Throws it in front end. Too many Flames there for the Wild to get anything done. And it's picked up by Blake Coleman into the zone for Backlund, who backhands it. Get it on Gustafsson. Behind the net then Chisholm trying to get to it there as well. Picked up down low then by Chisholm, battling alongside Backlund and Coleman. Puck slides free. Marco Rossi steals the puck. Moves it down the right side, looks for options. Zuccarello will send a pass back. I'm expecting some conservative hockey here tonight. Again, there's a lot on the line for, to be honest, both teams. Wild can clinch for the first time since 2023. Here's Gaudreau. Circles back around down low. Throws it up to the point. Shoots it on net. It's deflected and blocked by Calgary. Sharon Govich to Frost, who dumps it through neutral zone. And Farabee tries to steal that puck, but it's intercepted. And the Wild wind up regrouping. 2 minutes have gone here in the first period. Score is still 0-0. Calgary with 2 shots. Minnesota with 1 so far through this frame. Wild pick it up at the point. They try dumping it into the zone. It's picked up then by Weegar. Weegar then back up for Joel Hanley, who clears it into the zone. On the right side then, Wild pick it up. Hartman moves it through, loses control, skates it back, throws a pass over, but it ends up going out of the zone as Bogosian regroups. Back up and over for Kuznetsov. Shoots it on net and a save by Wolf. And that was not Kuznetsov. I don't know why I said Kuznetsov. That was Hinostroza. For some reason, I said Marat Kuznetsov, and he's not even on the team anymore. So, great start there for me. I'll get used to it. But good opportunities here so far by Calgary. They're starting to set up here a little bit. The Wild are getting some passes through the zone, so I'd be a little bit worried about that. But they're getting both teams are getting opportunities, which it depends how you look at it. But for me, that's a good thing because it means good hockey for both sides. Face off to the left of Wolf. Shots are 2 apiece. And face off won by the Wild. Spurgeon shoots it, just goes behind the net. Picked up then by Boldy on the right side. In front then, as Eriksson Ek will wait. He'll fire it back then behind the net. Stolen by Kevin Ball. Ball being tied up down low. And cleared all the way down the other way. Chisholm picks it up, dumps it back into the zone, and it's an icing against the Wild with 3 minutes gone here in the first. Showing off John Hynes and this Wild crew. They had a really good start to the season, but after suffering some injuries and a couple other things happening, the Wild definitely fell back in the standings. Even in March, they were really close to the Colorado Avalanche, who were just behind them for most of the season, and now they've run away with it. Here's a shot up the face-off. It goes wide. Kadri drive, and that one also goes wide. Anderson throws a pass down low. Huberdeau drops it back. Kadri up to Ball. Kevin Ball in front. Blocked in front. Save. Rebound. And the puck goes into the safety netting. Already a huge chance there for the Flames. I'm expecting a lot of that. They're going to be playing like their season's on the line. That's for sure. All right. Showing off Adam Klapka, who had 1 goal in our game against the Sharks the other night. Again, I talked very highly of Klapka, who was on the first line tonight with Kadri and Huberdeau. Shot from the point, saved by Gustafsson. He's been very effective. Again, it's a guy who I think was undrafted, was signed by Calgary, played with the Wranglers for a couple of seasons, and has gotten some jobs with a big club here at points this year. And especially recently, he's kind of earned a spot, scoring the other weekend against Colorado and on Monday against San Jose. So he's been very effective, at least over these last few games in terms of Calgary scoring. And again, the Flames, one of the lowest scoring teams in the National Hockey League. So definitely does not help. Also talked this week of Zane Perrick coming down to the Flames. He did not play tonight, which is a damn shame. When I found that out, I was not happy. Coronado throws it up to the point. Weegar shoots it. Blocked in front. And Minnesota will get it out. They'll rush down the other way, though. It's a 3-on-2. Zuccarello. Pass up to Kaprizov. It's stolen back by Calgary. Kept in the zone, however. Faber to Kaprizov. Pass over then for Brodin, who throws it behind the net. Stolen back by the Flames, and Coleman will drop it up as Weegar will dump it into the zone. And Calgary will get a line change as they did end up gaining the zone. Shots are 5-2. Brodin slides a pass up down the right side. Trying to take it then is Johansson. And kicked around then by Calgary as Sharon Govich gets it and throws a pass back up as Farabee will tip it into the zone. Minnesota gets it back behind their own net. Bogosian sends a pass up. Johansson dumps it into the zone. Gaudreau then racing for it. In front, and Nyquist couldn't finish that one. As Calgary tries getting it back. Frost battling them with Johansson. Stolen back then by Bogosian. And Calgary gets it right back and clears it to neutral zone. Wolf will go in his own end and wait with the puck. Here's Jake Bean then. Looking for options. Throws a pass up. Stolen by the Wild again. They move down the other way. Into the zone. It's Trennan. Shoots it. And a save then by Wolf. Kick back to the corner. And they'll battle for it. Both fourth lines out there on the ice. Rooney tries sliding it free, but it's picked up by Spurgeon. Down low. Shot in front. And nobody's there. Puck is tipped back down behind the net. It's stolen back by Calgary. Bean over to Pospisil. Here he comes down the other way. Pospisil with Lomberg. Will chip it into the zone. Lomberg will race for it. Lays a hit there on Spurgeon as they'll fight in the corner. Puck is won then by Hinostroza, who backhands it into the Minnesota zone. Wolf will take it behind the net, and both teams will get line changes once again as play still keeps going. Back and forth action. Some shots on net, but nothing too serious to any avail. And Eriksson Ek just got knocked offside as Minnesota still trying to regroup. Faber throws a pass up through the zone. Eriksson Ek hit from behind by Ball. Nothing serious, though. Wasn't a serious play. And here's Kadri. Kadri to Huberdeau. Huberdeau down low, tries feeding it up through the slot, but Minnesota's right there to intercept. Ball drops it up then for Kadri. Stolen back by the Wild. Eriksson Ek drops it through. Big hit there at center ice. It was a reverse hit, too. Klapka knocks down Eriksson Ek as they battle in the corner. Weegar joins in. Weegar tries sending it in front. Kaprizov intercepts. A pass up then for Huberdeau. 3-on-2 for the Flames. Huberdeau to Klapka. Shoots it wide of the net. And it'll slide all the way out. Hanley will go back in his zone to regroup. Shots again are 5-3 in favor of the Flames here through the opening frame. Anderson will move it into the zone. He shoots it. And an easy save there for Gustafsson. And we'll go to our first commercial. Score is still 0-0, but some chances for both sides as it remains no scoring. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I appreciate it as we keep on going here. Again, I think we might have maybe 1 or 2 more Watch With Nordic streams remaining in the regular season. And then it's playoff time, folks. It'll be that time of the year. All right, I'll be right back, guys. I need to grab a bottle of water real quick. Couple bottles, actually. I need to drink. All right, I have returned. Sorry about that. Didn't prepare before. I was watching the Royals, so. And wow, Minnesota honored Marc-Andre Fleury. That's pretty. Or Minnesota. Calgary honored Marc-Andre Fleury. That's pretty cool. That's pretty awesome, to be honest. Seeing his, like, kind of retirement story. All right, face-off won by the Flames. Puck in front for Kadri, who steals it back down low. Johansson drops it over then for Brodin, who's now got some room. Looks for options as he's tied up on the right side. Sends it through the zone. It's tipped as it goes wide. And Ball will pick it up. Ball, a pass through the zone. Huberdeau racing for it then with Faber as well. Sharangovich back then for Farabee, then shoots it around behind the net. Frost is right there to pick it up. It slides up to the point. Farabee dekes around, keeps it in. Gaudreau steals it back and backhands it down the other way. Coronado back then as Paschal will regroup. Dumped into the zone by Bean. 12-13 remaining here in the first period. Still no goals. Calgary's kind of ran away in the shooting department a little bit. At least so far. Again, shots are 6-3, so it's not like it's insane. Still battling for the puck on the left side. It breaks free at the point. Coronado looks for options. Shoots it! And traffic in front, but Gustafsson makes the save. Again, this is a must-win game. Oh my god, why is this happening? Again, this is a must-win game for the Calgary Flames if they want to stay alive in the playoff race. They are 5 points back of the Wild - St. Louis. So to say that they need this win is incredibly imperative as we move forward here. And what just happened? Sorry about that. There we go. Kind of exit out of it real quick. Hopefully there wasn't a goal. I pray. All right, anyways, Minnesota with the puck. They'll dump it down the other way. Ball gets it then behind the net for Calgary as they try and move it out. Boldy intercepts it then down low. Matt Boldy, he's got some room. Throws it in front, and it deflects back out of the zone, and Minnesota will come back and get it. Faber waits, passes it into the zone. Puck is tipped and soars into the stands. That looked like it went pretty high and far. All right, face-off coming again in the Calgary end. They'll throw Rossi out. They'll put in Zuccarello. And it's won by the Flames. Backlund throws it back for Hanley, who gives it over to Weegar. Kept in, though. Faber shoots it, tipped away. And stolen back up at the point. Wild get it again. Brodin fires it wide. And Hanley pokes it up. Flames finally do get out of the zone. Coleman drops it back. 3-on-2. Backlund with Coronado. Weegar! And it's blocked. Oh, man. Good chance there for the Flames. They couldn't finish. Faber tries dumping it down the other way. Weegar sends a pass up through the zone. Coronado down the right side. Tries deking it through around. Backlund then with the puck. Shot in front. And a save by Gustafsson once again. Behind the net then. Kaprizov trying to get it out of the Minnesota zone. They haven't had a shot here in a couple of minutes. Faber then all alone. He's got Pospisil with him as both teams get line changes here. Flames are 2-0 against Minnesota. So they obviously have had a good record against the Wild this year. Puck is dumped back into the Calgary zone. Wolf goes out of his net to play it. Bean down low, back for Trent, and then behind the net. It slides out in front. Calgary didn't even know where it was at first, but they do pick it back up and get it back the other way. Dumped into the zone by Rooney. Stolen back by Bogosian. He'll drop it back as Zuccarello takes it, shoots it around to Kaprizov, and dumped down all the other way, and that'll be an icing for sure. And Flames are starting to get some plays together. They seem to be moving the puck pretty solid. They're getting shots, but Minnesota just kind of blocking everything. They're not giving the Wild, or they're not giving the Flames that much, but neither are the Flames. So, well, giving the Wild that much. They're not giving themselves. Well, I mean, you could make that argument. All right, face-off coming now in the Minnesota end. Won by the Wild, dumped all the way down the other way. Anderson now with the puck. Puck deflects up in the air, still in the zone, however. Anderson takes it, clears it down the other way. And the Wild dump it back down the other way. Anderson moves it behind the net, tries feeding a pass up through the zone. He intercepts it, here he comes the other way. Stolen back by the Wild. Oh, man. Pass up then to the point. Spurgeon to Gaudreau in front. And the Wild couldn't connect on that one. Chisholm intercepted. Here they come the other way. Into the zone. Sharangovich a shot. And another save by Gustafsson. Over halfway through the first, the Flames are running away with the shots. And a huge chance there for Sharangovich, who almost put it past Gustafsson, but it obviously was not good enough. All right. Hello, I love the Flames. Well, thank you, Caroline. Welcome to the stream. We love all 32 teams here except the Oilers. Just because you're Flames fans, I have to say that. Anyways. By the way, if anyone's wondering, we'll do a news of the week for this week. It's going to be our last one before the playoffs, but it will be tomorrow. I did not have time today. It was a very busy weekend. It's going to get even crazier because now the ECHL team that I cover, the Reading Royals, just won the one game of two that they needed to win. They needed to win out, essentially, because they're right below the playoff line against the team that they're playing, and now they've got the first one, and now they need to win again tomorrow. It's going to be insane. Flames with the puck. Huberdeau shoots it, blocked in front. Klapka tries getting it, and deflects them behind the net. Stolen back then down low by Eriksson Ek. What's up, Von Hook? Huberdeau tries throwing a pass up. Wild intercepted. They try and chip it down the other way, but Calgary gets it right back. Faber battling them with Huberdeau. He'll take it behind the net. Passes over to Brodin. Brodin drops it up for Eriksson Ek as it's chipped into the Calgary zone and an icing against the Wild. Now, if you guys watched the game on Wednesday between Minnesota and San Jose, that was a doozy as there were 15 goals scored in that game. 8 of them, 8, in favor of the Minnesota Wild. Now, initially, the Wild went up 7-4 with an Eriksson Ek hat trick, and then Macklin Celebrini and the Sharks fought their way back him also scoring a hat trick, and then in overtime, Kirill Kaprizov scores the 8th goal in his return. Just some phenomenal storybook stuff there in Minnesota. As for Calgary, you obviously didn't want that, but it happened. Face off now. Frost versus Eriksson Ek. It's won by Frost. Up to the point. Ball to Farabee. Blocked in front as it slides the other way. Farabee will run and gun it here as Eriksson Ek there's with it too. Foligno gets it down low. Eriksson Ek to the point. Chisholm drops it to Spurgeon. Spurgeon a shot! And blocked in front by Wolf. Passed around behind the net then. Foligno gets it up to the point. Spurgeon over to Foligno! Saved by Wolf! As Minnesota starts getting some shots on net now, they seem to have woken up here a little bit. 8:09 here remaining in the first. Of course, the Phillies are losing. Face-off, won by the Wild. Faber intercepted by Zuccarello. And Calgary just trying to get it down the other way. As they'll regroup in their own end. Wolf shoots it around behind the net. Picked up by Calgary down low. Backlund sends a pass up then for Weegar. Flames can't get there in time. Minnesota back the other way. Zuccarello throws it to Rossi. Rossi gets knocked from behind. Kaprizov tries throwing it up to the point. Stolen back by Calgary. Here they come to the neutral zone. Blake Coleman down the right side. Deflected. And stolen back by the Wild. Brodin. Over to Faber as it's tipped back into the Calgary end. And Wolf will go behind his net to play it. Down low then. Bean sends it over. It's intercepted again. And I don't really like how Wolf keeps coming out of his net to play these. It's making me have a little bit of anxiety. Rooney. Back over then to Packel. Back to Rooney through the zone. Drops it back. Lomberg shoots it. And it's wide. Bean back up at the point. In front. Pospisil. And it's blocked by Zuccarello. He tries throwing it down low. It's taken back by the Wild. And threw it into the neutral zone as Calgary will regroup with less than 7 minutes to go in the first. Kadri. Into the zone, to the right side. Throws it in front, and it's blocked. The Wild will take it back the other way. Into the zone. Nyquist, a deadline acquisition to Gaudreau. He shoots it, and it goes wide and out of play. So some back and forth action now for both teams. It did seem like there for a little bit that the Flames were starting to run away with it, but now Minnesota started to rack up more chances. Face-off coming here now once again. And it's won by the Flames. Dumped all the way down the other way. Klapka trying to get to it. Taken back around the right side. Kadri picks it up. He's got some room. Kadri shoots it. Blocked again. Oh, man, the Wild are blocking everything. Klapka tries taking it down low. Stolen back then by Chisholm. Kadri sends it down low. Huberdeau can't control the puck. Come on. I'm already getting frustrated. Klapka trying to take it behind the net. Stolen back by the Wild. They'll rush it the other way. Spurgeon dumps it into the zone. Back then behind the net for Rasmus Andersson. As they'll battle forward in the corner. Andersson drops it up then for Klapka. Klapka tries clearing. Wild keep it in. A slap shot there and a big block. Here's Huberdeau now with the puck still with control. Chips it through the zone to Frost. Morgan Frost with control. Up then for Pospisil. A shot and a save again. Hanley a drive. Another save. Rebound in front. It's loose. It slides back up to the point. Flames have control. Hanley down low. Puck in front. What a save by Gustafsson! The sprawling stick save! Weegar still with the puck. Back in the zone, then is Sharangovich to Hanley. He shoots! Saved by Gustafsson! What a stretch! The Wild cleared out! Good Lord! Larceny by Gustafsson! Sharangovich back to Backlund. Into the zone, drops it back. Oh, he lost the puck. Oh, Klapka. Or I think that was, it wasn't Klapka, it was Lomberg. And cleared down the other way by the Wild. And that'll be an icing. Good Lord. That might be our first goalie clip in a long time. Oh my God, that was insane. Oh man. Coronado shoots it just above the net. The puck was slowly sliding in there towards the goaltender. Back down low then. Puck in front. Coronado loses control. Wild will get it and dump it out of the zone. Ball. Sends it back down low. Faber again with it. Intercepted in front. Eriksson Ek will tip it down the other way then for Minnesota. Back then in the corner. Here's Coronado. Coronado over to Backlund. Backlund down low. Trying to control it. Coronado trying to send it to the point. Wild now seem to have locked down defensively since that insane save by Gustafsson that almost made it a 1-0 Flame. 1-0 Flames game here. Puck in the neutral zone. Hanley in the back end. Up and over for Weegar. Weegar to Klapka, and the pass is deflected as it goes back into the audience. And some insane chances there for both sides. Near goal there for Minnesota, but a sprawling save by Gustafsson keeps that puck out. Unbelievable. And I think I know what our first clip of the game is going to be here tonight. Oh, man. Again, everybody, thank you all for tuning in. I really appreciate it. If you are new, please do consider subscribing and join a community that we're building here on this channel. We do these streams every single week, including in the playoffs. Again, we'll see if Calgary does make it. I mean, to be honest with you guys, for the sake of the fact that, just to make it closer, I really do want Calgary to win. All right. Man, Gustafsson's been rolling tonight. He's had a really good year. I think he might even be like the most underrated goaltender in the NHL right now. Everybody looks at Hellebuck and Thompson and Vasilevsky and all them. Gustafsson's been extremely valuable. Face-off won by the Flames. They'll dump it back into the Wild zone. Gustafsson then behind the net. Stolen back by Coleman. Puck in front. Save. Rebound. They score! Michael Backlund gets it past Gustafsson. And the Nordic Jinx does it again. 3:35 left. Calgary leads 1-0. And Wild fans, if you're in the chat, I'll own that one. I will own that one. That was on me. That is absolutely huge for the Flames, though, regardless. I'm like, he's one of the most underrated goaltenders in the NHL. He's so good. He's so incredible. He's very underrated. Yeah, guys. Gustafsson is so good. It's just like, oh, that's going to age like milk when I post that later. Oh, my God. Brock Faber with the puck through center ice then for the Wild. Into the zone. It's dumped and saved by Dustin Wolf as it goes in on him. Weegar now with the puck, tries passing it up. Kept in, though, by the Wild. That's Backlund's 13th of the year. Kaprizov at the point, deflected. And goes down low. Shot in front, Zuccarello. And Calgary tries clearing it. Kept in, though, by the Wild. Kaprizov on the right side. Backlund tries intercepting. Wild still have it at the point. Faber shoots it, deflected. And it goes down the right side. Backlund will dump it into the zone and get a line change. Yeah, he is playing tonight in Colorado for the Eagles. It's pretty incredible. Playing his first pro game in 3 years. It's incredible that he's been able to come back. I got to be honest, there was a time where I didn't think it was possible, but it happened. Here's Nyquist through the zone to the right side. Shoots it, saved by Wolf. Puck in front. And Wolf gets the cover. All right. Face off, won by the Wild. On the right side, they shoot it. It goes just wide on that. Bogosian then shoots it. And it goes wide. Bogosian. Down low for Foligno. Foligno then tries throwing it in front. Stolen back by the Flames. Kept in, though, by Minnesota. And Calgary will end up getting it back out anyways. Huberdeau. A pass over then for Kadri. Kadri's got some room. Down the right side. Stolen back in front. And that one is denied there as the Wild rush the other way. 3-on-3 here now. A pass over for Boldy is intercepted in front. And the Flames will take it back the other way. Klapka dumps it into the zone. 100 seconds remaining here in the first period. Frost down low. Throws it up to the point. Back then over for Jake Bean. Bean to Sharon Govich. He shoots it. Blocked in front. And thrown back down low. Brodin. Battling for it now. Eriksson Ek then also trying to take that pass too. It slides up. As it's still a battle for it on the corner. And Flames finally do get consistent control. Pospisil drops it back to Bean as we regroup. Final minute of play here in the first period. Michael Backlund with the only goal tonight, so far at least. Deflected into the zone. Down low, Chisholm sends it over then for Spurgeon. Spurgeon drops the pass up then for Gaudreau as it's chipped into the zone. And Minnesota will wait. Johansson can't keep it in. Wild will regroup. They'll dump it back in. 40 seconds left on the clock. Wolf then throws it up then for Backlund. Back over then for Weegar, who passes it into the zone. Coleman racing for it now. 30 seconds left. He goes down. And no call there against Calgary. I thought there might have been one. Behind the net then, Flames throw it back up to the point. Weegar waits. Passes it over. Kadri to Weegar! And blocked in front as it goes back behind the net. Coleman then battling in front. Wild take it back. It's Johansson. And 5 seconds left. Wild to make one last push into the zone. And that'll pretty much do it for the first period. Michael Backlund with the only goal in that frame as the Minnesota Wild take the Calgary Flames, that'll age well, took a 1-0 lead here. And let's see where this game transpires. But in a must-win for the Flames, they look good, at least so far. And let's see what comes next then for Calgary. It's first intermission time. That being said, go get a snack, go get a drink, do what you got to do. And we'll be back for the start of the second period soon. Time to clip that thing of me saying, yeah, Gustafsson is so good, guys. He's like an underrated pick for the Vezina Trophy, and then he lets in one. That's how it works. It's the Nordic curse. If you guys have known me long enough, you'll know. Oh my god, like literally 10 seconds later, too. Oh, I hate when that happens. You'll ever get like those things when you're running like in your flip-flops? It's like not like where like the back of your feet or your feet are bleeding, but like your skin opens up. It's so painful. It actually might be worse than like bleeding itself. That is the worst. I just saw an ad for it. That's why I'm talking about it. Yeah, Gabe Landeskog is down with the Eagles. So I've been scrolling on Twitter a little bit here throughout the game. It's pretty cool seeing that stuff. So definitely incredible. I was always a fan of Landeskog, especially back in the 2022 run. Always liked the guy. Let's do our review around the NHL since there were a couple of games that were played tonight. The Senators beat the Canadiens, so Montreal could have clinched tonight and ended everything in terms of the playoff race, but they get down by the Sens. The Red Wings beat the Lightning 4-3 in overtime, so the Red Wings stay alive. Marco Kasper with 2 goals. Gage Gonsalves with a goal there with 2 goals as well. Penguins beat the Devils 4-2. So, definitely big win there for Pittsburgh, I guess. And, I mean, in terms of the tank, in terms of the bottom of the NHL, I mean, everybody's looking at the playoffs, but in terms of the bottom of the NHL, I would say Pittsburgh's kind of kicked themselves out of the race, to be honest. Or kicked themselves out of, like, the draft lottery race. They're still in it, but they're not going to pick top 5 more likely than not. It doesn't look great. It doesn't look great. I don't know. Anyways. Again, I do want to say one last time, we're going to have, I mean, next week is going to be weird because, again, I was hoping the playoffs could be, like, finalized in the Eastern Conference tonight, like at least the teams. That way I could make some of the videos tonight. But it does seem like throughout the week when the first round matchups are announced, we'll be making the previews. I'm not going to wait anymore to upload them literally on the same day. We're going to give them all time to upload and go through. So I'm just going to tell you guys right now. I know that like some people are in here just for the commentary. You guys may not actually watch the videos because I know some people just tune in for the commentary streams. But I can tell you with certainty that on Monday of this coming week, we will have our first video previewing one of the matchups in the first round. Probably Devils versus Hurricanes is what I would imagine I'm going to do. But again, I mean, there's still a whole weekend here that matchups can be determined. So we'll have to see again. I think we're going to see some clinches tomorrow. I think we're going to see some things happen tomorrow. But we'll see. Again, that's just me kind of predicting. It's not based with 100% fact. So obviously take that what you will. Of course. But yeah. Makes it 2-2, so things flipping away from the Oilers right now, and that's on all the other Sportsnet channels. Canadiens and Senators. Habs, well, would they win in regulation? They punched their playoff players. Christian Dvorak makes it a 2-goal game, trailing those 3-1. Yeah, he made it feel like it might be a hockey game for a bit. Yeah, that ends a streak of 175 minutes of shutout hockey on home ice for the Senators. Will I do a? Oh, I'll do series previews for all of the matchups, not just Devils Hurricanes. It's just gonna, again, I need to wait for it to be officially confirmed. Like, I'm not gonna go and make it right now just because it's not officially confirmed. What I know is confirmed though is Devils versus Canes. That is the only matchup right now that is 100% going to happen. All the other ones, it's kind of up for grabs right now, I would say. Yeah, it should be. I'm looking forward to that as well. I know we're going to be doing a lot of them. A lot of the first round streams. I'm still waiting to see what exactly the schedule is going to be. Because I know we're going to get it, like, during this week. But, like, I wish I could get it, like, now. I wonder if they have released it, or they just haven't released it on Instagram or anything yet. But I don't think so. There's only one matchup that's confirmed, so I doubt it. Yeah, they haven't released shit yet. So, yeah, I'm still waiting for confirmation on the schedules. I can confirm with certainty we are doing, unless if the Royals make the playoffs and their home games are this Saturday, which I will be very unhappy about. I probably won't even go, to be honest with you. We will have like 3 streams probably on Saturday, so. Oh, VeGesus is back. Do I think we could see a 1-0 shutout? No, I don't think so. I think there's going to be at least more than one goal. In my honest man's opinion. You don't think the Wild are scoring? Well, I don't think a 1-0 shutout is what I'm saying. I think Calgary could score maybe another. But we'll see. Maybe the Wild don't score, because again, it is Dustin Wolf. So I wouldn't be shocked. But I'm not going insane over it. I will not bet over it. I'm gonna make this clip. Transcript? I don't want that. There we go. Intermission, brought to you by Legacy Heating and Cooling, home of no payments, no interest for 1 year. Face off one by the Flames. They'll dump it back into the wild zone. Gustafson then behind the net, stolen back by Coleman. Puck in front, save, rebound. Flames hockey rolls on as we bring you inside the Scotiabank Saddledome. Face off one by the Flames. They'll dump it back into the wild zone. Gustafson then behind the net, stolen back by Coleman. Puck in front, save, rebound. They score! Michael Backlund gets it past Gustafson, and the Nordic Jinx does it again. All right. Oh man. All right. Make myself sound like a chipmunk. Go Flames, go. What's up, the boys? Welcome back. We saw you on Monday. What's up, man? Glad you're back. Love when we get people returning. Glad to be back. Welcome. Welcome back. I love to hear that. What is the sound? Sorry, I'll turn it down a little bit. Trying to edit a clip. Yeah, I'm trying to edit something, make something sound funny. All right, that doesn't work. Yeah, I'm trying to like edit something and make something sound funny, but it doesn't sound like how I want it to sound. So we're just gonna scratch that and move on with our lives. Okay? Okay. Sounds good to me. All right. Because I got high. Because I got high. Oh no, I'll get copyright. I can't sing that song. All right, should be ready for the start of the second period here in a few minutes. All right, we're back. Let's get ready for the start of the second period here, folks. Little first period recap for you guys. Goals came from Michael Backlund, and that was it. Some pretty good saves by Philip Gustafsson. But let's get ready here for the start of the second period. Another pivotal. You guys know whenever I talk fast, I don't say right words. All right. All right, here we go. Start of the second period here between the Flames and the Wild. Let's get it going. Won by the Wild initially. Faber drops a pass through. It deflects and into the Minnesota bench. And they'll do that face-off again. Face-off won by Calgary. Anderson through the zone, intercepted by the Wild. Picked up then by Boldy, who moves it in down low. Kevin Ball then takes it behind the net. Drop back for Huberdeau. Huberdeau tries sending it through the zone. Foligno then taken back. Kadri into the zone. Frost battling on the right side. Kadri gets it right back and stolen again by Minnesota right as I say that. Minnesota holding the puck in their own zone. Brodin. Shots are 14-7 as the puck goes back into the Calgary end. Down low, Hanley drops it back then for Weegar, who sends it through neutral zone. And the Wild will regroup. Zuccarello passes it to Chisholm. Chisholm dumps it into the zone. Weegar then waiting with the puck. Gives it to Backlund, who sends it through into the neutral zone. Back over then for Coronado, who just dumps it right back. Backlund throws it behind the net. Coronado back with it. Shoots it in front. Saved by Gustafsson. Kaprizov tries stealing it. Stolen back by the Flames. Backlund fires it. And back into the corner. Spurgeon. Back over then for Rossi. Over then for Jake Bean, who dumps it all the way down the other way. And down low then Chisholm trying to pick up that puck. As they'll battle in the Wild zone. Pospisil trying to get to it there as well. Frost down low. Tries throwing it in front. And nobody's there to get it. Pospisil now with it. Waits. Down to Frost. Frost moves to the center. Drops it back then. A shot in front for Hanley. And a save by Gustafsson once again. Almost 2 minutes through this second period here now. Who is the worst team in the NHL next season? Good question. I think it's going to be one of the same teams again. I think probably San Jose or someone like that. Probably going to be bad again. I don't know. Next year could be weird. You can make an argument for a different team being the worst in the league. We'll have to see. And it looks like Spurgeon kind of took a rough altercation. He's going to the room. Trainer, he tried to sit down on the bench, but the trainer's like, nope, you're going to the room. And he's kind of limping, so that's not a good sign there for Minnesota. They've already dealt with a lot of injury problems as it is. And losing a guy like Spurgeon definitely does not help that case whatsoever. Face-off now here in the Minnesota end. One behind the net. It's picked up down low then by Merrill, who clears it all the way down the other way. Regrouping. Ball tries dumping it out. Nyquist a shot. And he shoots it wide. Back up then at the point. Down behind the net then. Nyquist trying to battle now with Gaudreau. Puck slides out in front, but the Flames are right there to pick it up. Here they come the other way. 3-on-2. Pospisil chips it into the zone. Trying to get past Merrill, but Bogosian beats him to it. And he will get it out of the zone. Flames tip it back down the other way. And that will be an icing against Calgary. With 17:28 left. Ooh, the Sharks tied it against the Oilers. How far into the second? About like 3 minutes. So not too far in. We're still relatively early. But San Jose just came back from down 2-0 on Edmonton. Just another day in the business. I'm really not liking the Oilers' odds. Especially recently. Like, I have not been a fan of what Edmonton's been doing. Face-off won by the Wild. On the right side, then Gaudreau trying to take the puck, gets it down low. Kaprizov gets tied up by multiple Flames. Sharangovich will take it and dump it out of the zone. Did Farabee get benched or something? Because he's not on his normal line with Frost and Sharangovich. Flames will regroup. A pass up then for the zone to Coronado, who moves it in. Coronado shoots it! And a pad save there again by Gustafsson. Wild regroup. Brodin sends a pass up, intercepted by Calgary. 3-on-2 the other way. Backlund shoots it in front, and it goes back behind the net. Backlund still with it, shoots it, and it goes wide. Coronado drops it back. Hanley to Backlund up at the point, shoots it, save again. I'm sure you're loving this as a Blues fan for sure. Down low, Weegar. Back now as Coleman battles forward. It's intercepted by the Wild. And they'll dump it back into the zone. Wolf to Weegar. Over for Coleman. Coleman clears it all the way down the other way. Wild wait. Bogosian sends it to neutral zone. Picked back up again then by the Flames. Hanley circles back around. Passes it up then for Wolf. Weegar will dump it all the way down the other way. Intercepted. Wild keep it in. Interesting. Hartman throws a pass up. Chisholm to the point. Hartman! And he shoots it wide. Foligno. Back down low then for Hinostroza, who looks for options, and they'll battle for it in the corner. It slides out free. Farabee. Oh, I guess he changed up the lines. That's what it was. And that's offside against the Wild. That's what they did. It was weird because they put Farabee down on the fourth line, and they swapped him with Pospisil, but I guess it's just a line thing. I don't know. Farabee in these games, I don't know, hasn't particularly been that great. At least in my opinion. Again, Flames fans can attest, but face-off won by the Wild. They will take it back and regroup. Faber will move it through neutral zone. Slides it past to Foligno, who takes it in. It's stolen back then by Kadri. Anderson then behind the net over for Ball. Ball sends it through the zone. Kadri back then over to Huberdeau. Huberdeau circles back around. It's poke checked out by Minnesota. And the Flames will be forced to regroup here once again. Anderson back up then for Kadri. Kadri through the zone. Gets knocked down. And Faber then steals it back for Boldy, who moves it the other way. Boldy with Eriksson neck. Boldy circles around on his back. Gets hit down by Weegar. And the Flames will take it back the other way. Klapka through the zone. And they blow the play dead, I think, because of an offside. As Kadri took a rough hit there. He tries to shake it off. Gets off the ice. But still 1-0 Flames here with about 15 minutes left in the second period. The White Sox won, and they beat the Red Sox 11-1. Wow. Oh, my God. Face-off coming here now. Won by Minnesota. Bogosian chips it all the way back into the Calgary zone. Behind the net then, Packo with it. Down low. Flames trying to play it up. Gaudreau intercepted. And Sharangovich now the other way. Over to Pospisil. Pospisil moves it into the zone. Shoots it, tipped in front. What a play! Yegor Sharangovich off a Marty Pospisil shot. And the Flames take a 2-0 lead. Oh, that was clean. Oh, my God. That might have been one of the nicest goals I've ever seen. John Hines is blown away. Let's rewatch that. Pospisil moves the puck into the zone. Off of the initial breakout play being started by Svechnikov, Sharangovich. He throws the pass to Pospisil. He comes in, shoots it. It's tipped in front. The precision... You couldn't do that again if you tried. Oh, good Lord. What a play by Yegor Sharangovich. And the Calgary Flames are up 2-0 here on Minnesota. What a play. That was phenomenal. And Calgary really did need Sharangovich to kind of get back on his feet here and start scoring. And he seemed to have done that here tonight in a must-win game. Shots are 20-9 in favor of the Flames. No, I haven't been updating this. I apologize. Kind of forgot. But the Flames seem to be kind of running away with this here a little bit. Here come the Wild now the other way. Faber into the zone. Takes it down low. That's Sharangovich's 15th goal of the year. Behind the net then. Picked up by Jake Bean. Bean gets tied up then behind the net. Stolen back over by Rooney as the Flames' fourth line tries to get something done here. Drop back down low. A big hit there from behind as the Wild pick it back up. Hartman through neutral zone. He's got, I think that's Zuccarello with him. He shoots it into the zone and a save by Wolf. Farabee clears it back into the zone. Battling now down low, and Minnesota will dump it out of their own end and erase down the other way. Wolf plays it to the right side. Weegar tries clearing it out of the zone. It's picked up then by Backlund. Flames will rush the other way. Backlund. He's got Coronado with him. Down low then as it goes for Chisholm. Chisholm trying to backhand it out. And with 13 minutes left, Flames have a 2-0 lead. Backlund a shot. And a glove save by Gustafsson. As the Flames are rolling, a nice in-the-air tap from Yegor Sharangovich. And Calgary leads 2-0. And again, thank you all for tuning in to this one. I really appreciate it. This is our 4th stream of the week. So I really appreciate you guys. Our next stream will likely either be Monday or Wednesday. I have not decided yet what day I want to do. Maybe we'll do Thursday. I really don't know what my schedule is going to be next week. It's kind of up in the air. I do work next Monday. I need to look at the schedule. I do work next Monday. Yeah, probably not a stream Monday. Maybe Wednesday though. I'll have to look at see what the plan is. Or we'll do one on the last day of the regular season. Who the hell knows? Who knows? We still do have one more team left that we need to stream. But I don't know when I'll be able to stream them. Maybe I'll try and do a Monday stream. But I work till 7:30. It's an issue to get home within like a short amount of time. We'll see what I can do though. We will see what I can do. Will we see Zane I don't know why he's not playing tonight. I guess they want to give him more time to practice before they put him into a game, but I was really hoping he'd play tonight. Like, I was really hoping he would play. But they're going to hold him out, at least for now. But yeah, I was really hoping Peric would play. I don't think Bedard requests a trade. I don't want to get into that. I don't want to get into that. It's such a sensitive topic, and Blackhawks fans hate it when people bring it up. Face-off coming here now in the Minnesota zone. 13-10 left in the second period. Shots are 20-10. Thank you all for joining us on this after hours, at least on the East Coast, Friday night matchup. Up at the point, Anderson throws it down low. Kadri tries taking it in front. A backhand blocked in front. Slides up to the point. Anderson shoots it. And it's blocked again there by Foligno down low. And we get a whistle, and I think we're going to get a penalty here, and it's against Minnesota. I think. Yeah, penalty here coming for the Wild, and Calgary will see the first power play of the game tonight. Went through about half the game before getting one, but here we are. Face-off coming here now yet again. Power play now for the Flames. Won by Calgary. Kadri at the point. Slides it to Weegar. Over then for Coronado. Shoots it. And out of play. What day is it? 4/11? All right. Face-off coming here once again. Down low. Coronado throws it up to the point. Kadri shoots it. He scores! Nazem Kadri on the power play. And it's 3-0 Flames. And in a must-win game for Calgary, there's still a lot of time. But, oh man, they are rolling. And what a season for Nazem Kadri. I don't think enough people are talking about how incredible Kadri's been this year for the Flames. Just been a remarkable ad. Jimmy Snugger looking good so far. Yeah, I haven't watched a game since I have only watched, I don't think I've watched the Blues game since we did that stream like 2 weeks ago. I have actually. But yeah, they've looked good, to be honest. The Blues all in all, and Nazem Kadri and Jimmy Snuggerud. So definitely something to be excited about there. But a power play goal there for the Flames. It's Nazem Kadri who picks it up. And let's see if Minnesota answers back here soon. Kaprizov chips it into the zone. Down low, Weegar backhands it around the net. Picked up then by Minnesota. Boldy shoots it in front. And it's blocked. I think if I heard that right, that's Kadri's 33rd goal of the year. Through the zone then. Backlund trying to pick it up as it slides down low. Bogosian skates it around the Minnesota net. Up and over then as Kaprizov tries sending it through. Backlund intercepts. He'll dump it right back in. Merrill behind the net. Bogosian will clear it all the way down the other way. That'll be an icing against Minnesota. 10 shots through a little over half the game here for the Wild. It's been a pretty atrocious one here tonight for Minnesota. Not a good effort. Relying on to be fair, the Flames are playing for a lot. I mean, they're 5 points back. They need points, especially against a team like this. And the fact that they're picking them up here and they're doing it in this fashion is pretty impressive when you think about it. While when the faceoff, they'll clear it out of their own zone. Ball with the puck on the right side. And we get another whistle, and I think, is it another penalty? Oh, there's 2 penalties. So Kaprizov goes to the box. Oh, I thought they said Anderson got a penalty. So Kaprizov will go to the box, and Calgary gets once again another power play already. Oh my goodness, this has been again just a disaster of a game here already for Minnesota. We're not even halfway through. Face-off, won by the Flames at the point. Weegar drops it back. Coronado, saved by Gustafsson. Coronado trying to throw it down low. Frost with the puck. Plays it over to the front. Wild intercept that one. They'll clear it all the way down the other way. While we're at it, let's do our Watch with Nordic stream records. We have streamed the Wild twice this year before this game. They are 2-0. And we have streamed the Flames once, that being on Monday. They are 1-0. Don't ask why it took me so long to stream a Flames game. I don't know. Just with the way the scheduling was, I guess, and the games that I picked. Minnesota dumps the puck all the way down the other way into the zone. Wolf will play it up then for Weegar, who moves it through the zone. Weegar will drop it back. Frost. Coronado back to Frost again. Coronado to Kadri. Kadri waits. Feeds it down low. Coronado then back to Kadri. Up to the point. Anderson. Kadri again. Kadri looks for options. Pass over to Anderson. A slap shot! And a save again by Gustafsson. Don't understand why the Oilers didn't offer sheet. Well, I get Broberg, because Broberg on the Oilers would be way too expensive for what he's being paid right now. So I totally get that. However, I must say, not matching Dylan Holloway is a damn travesty. And St. Louis is lucky that they didn't match that. Face-off won here by the Flames. Sharangovich throws it down low then for Backlund, who tries to move the puck around. Backlund will send it up to the point then as it's dumped down low again by Sharangovich. 35 seconds left on the Calgary power play. We passed the halfway mark here of the second period and the halfway mark of the game. Anderson picks it up through the neutral zone. Drops the pass up as it's chipped into the zone by Backlund. Now Farabee throws it up to the point. Anderson drops it back again for Farabee. It's tipped by Minnesota and cleared out of the zone. 10 seconds left. And that's an offside against the Flames. That's a pretty clear offside to that. So, rough performance there. All right. Face-off, won by the Flames. Dumped into the zone by Calgary. Down low, Pospisil to Rooney, and that'll do it for the power play as Minnesota gets that kill, so at least maybe some momentum will go back the other way. Wild into the zone. Back down low then. Dumped all the way down the other way. Kaprizov steals it. Back on the left side. Thrown back down low. Zuccarello in front, and the Wild can't finish. Flames trying to move it down the other way. Pospisil intercepted by Kaprizov. Kirill Kaprizov will regroup. Over then for Zuccarello. Back over to Kaprizov. Through his feet. Still has control. Drops it back. Zuccarello. Over. In front. Oh, they can't finish that. Too many passes. Brodin backhands it back into the zone. Flames kick it back out. And they'll come the other way as they clear it into the zone. Faber then battling down low. It's thrown all the way around back up to the point. Packel then throws it behind the net as Faber trying to get it again. Zuccarello Sends it through the zone, back up to the point. Pacquiao shoots it, tipped in front, rebound, it's loose! And it can't be finished there by Coronado. Up at the point, shoots it, blocked in front, and stolen back by Nyquist, who gets it out of the zone. And Calgary still with some time. Kadri dumps it down low. Shots are 10-3 in favor of the Wild in this period. It's been a brutal one in favor of Minnesota. Wild with 10 shots. 8 minutes left here in the period. Coronado into the zone. Down low. Then Kadri. Spinorama in front. And he can't finish that as Huberdeau is there in front. Here's Marcus Johansson. Drops it back. It's stolen again. Dumped into the zone by Minnesota. But Calgary will take it back and regroup. Shots are 24-10 in favor of the Flames. Nazem Kadri, Yegor Sharangovich, and Michael Backlund with the goals as it's 3-0 in favor of the Calgary Flames. Puck is chipped down the other way. Johansson racing forward, and we'll get an icing. Or never mind, no icing. Sorry. Kadri steals it right back, looking for options. So he'll dump it into the zone. Behind the net then, it's picked up by Merrill. Merrill tries sliding a pass up for Gaudreau as the Flames topple over each other. Sharangovich now taking it back behind the net. 7 minutes left here in the second period. Sharangovich through center ice, loses control of the puck. Wild get it right back. Here they come the other way. Hinostroza shoots it. Saved by Wolf. Boldy throws it in front. Brodin, and he shoots it above the net. Delayed penalty coming for the Flames. Up at the point, it's dumped down low by Hartman. Flames get control. And Minnesota will go to the power play on a penalty from Yegor Sharangovich once again. And maybe the Wild will get a chance to kind of spin momentum back in their favor because at least in this recent part, it hasn't looked that great for them. So let's see if they can spin this back around and get this game back in their favor. Or at least get a goal. Let's start with that. How about you get a goal? That's my proposal. But again, guys, thank you for the support on this one. I really appreciate it. It's been a very fun stream. We've gotten some new people in the chat that I haven't seen before. Some new subscribers. I really appreciate it. If you are new, please do consider subscribing. Again, if you're, if you want to watch the whole broadcast and hear me out, feel free to do so. But we do these commentary streams every single week, and we're going to be doing a ton in the playoffs. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be a fun time on this YouTube channel for sure. Again, as I said multiple times, I'm still waiting for the official playoff schedule, but we're doing good. All right. Face off here now in the Calgary end. A Minnesota power play coming up. Face off won by the Wild. Boldy at the point. Shoots it. Deflected as it goes wide. Rossi now throws it behind the net to Kaprizov. Wild's power play ranked 18th in the NHL. Flames PK ranked 26. Shot in front is blocked. Kaprizov! And a save again by Wolf. Wild play it up to the point. Boldy throws it behind the net. Kaprizov up to the point. Boldy poke checked away. Huge play there by Backlund. He'll go to the bench as Minnesota takes a rush back. Kaprizov into the zone to Eriksson Ek. Back to Kaprizov below the hash marks. Gets it up to the point. Back for Kaprizov once again. To Zuccarello on the wide side. He'll wait. Takes it now down low in front. And Rossi fans on the shot. It's blocked as well. So that obviously doesn't help. Puck down low in the zone. And it's cleared all the way down the other way by the Flames. And Gustafsson will give that puck over then for Matt Boldy. 5:38 here left in the second period. Man, it feels like these games and these periods just fly by. Kaprizov into the zone, intercepted by the Flames. Dumped all the way down the other way. Rossi plays it up and through the zone. Back for Zuccarello. Zuccarello through center ice. Tries chipping a puck down into the zone. And cleared all the way back in by Minnesota. Boldy waits. Throws a pass up. Zuccarello, he's in! And a save, and we get a penalty! And it's going to be a hold, no penalty shot, if you were wondering. And we're going to get another penalty here against Minnesota. Another power play for the Wild. It'll be on Anderson. You know, it's a call you got to make. Again, Zuccarello was on the rush there towards a wide open play. Or it's Hartman, sorry. I thought it was Zuccarello. And it's pretty clear, like, you know, he gets tripped. You got to stop that play to not give him a grade A chance, but as a result, it does give you a penalty. So, the Wild with a 5-on-3, they call their timeout. Wow, okay. So, they're really looking to try and get back into this one. If they do call their timeout, they're able to obviously be able and get they can get a goal really quick on the 5v3 and then score on the 5v4. I don't know. They have a chance to make this game suddenly close, but we'll see. We shall see. Less than 5 minutes here remaining in this second period. Seems like the refs have started to call some stuff. Nothing too crazy, though, in terms of, like, physicality or anything like that. Nothing extreme. But even still. Face-off coming here now. 4:58 left in the second period. And it's won by Calgary. Down low. Ball trying to play the puck. Flames get it. They'll clear it all the way down the other way. So the Calgary will get at least one player out from the box. Zuccarello drops it back for Kaprizov. As his team goes offside. Eriksson Ek into the zone of Kaprizov. Throws it down low. Zuccarello in front. And nobody's there. Down low. Kaprizov. Pass over then for Zuccarello. Zuccarello in the zone. Holds it. Throws it in front. It's loose. And a save by Wolf. He's not letting that one get past him. And we get some pushing and shoving. As I was thinking for a second, I'm like, there hasn't been a lot of physicality in this one. And then, there you go. There it is. Anywho. All right, 1:25 here left on the Minnesota power play. Shots are 24-12. Ironically enough, Calgary is double of what Minnesota's shots department is. Face-off is poked to the right side. It'll be won by Minnesota. Zuccarello throws it behind the net. It'll slide to Kaprizov on the left hash marks. Passes it up, intercepted, and the Flames will clear it. Very good play there by the Flames, who have been killing this off pretty good. Boldy drops it back. Kirill Kaprizov. Center ice into the zone. Pass over then for Eriksson Ek. Back to Kaprizov, who gets tied up down low. He gets knocked down as well and stolen back by the Flames. Rooney through the zone, intercepted by Minnesota. Back then as Boldy regroups. Through center ice, it's tipped as it goes down low. Dustin Wolf now with it. Behind the net, throws it in front, and a big save by Wolf there, denying did not mean to do that. Denying what has been a very very physical game here these last couple of minutes. Now we're getting some action because these teams are, or at least Minnesota is frustrated. All right, we might see a penalty here. We might see somebody get put in the box. Let's see. All right, face off. 34 seconds left on the Minnesota power play. Faber to Gaudreau. Why are we putting Gaudreau out there on the power play? Faber back down low to Gaudreau. Gaudreau tries throwing it in front, intercepted by the Flames, kept in though by the Wild. Faber, a pass back. Zuccarello shoots it, and it goes wide and all the way out of the zone. 10 seconds left. Gaudreau, a kick pass there for Hartman, who will race down the other way, try and get it. Wolf then back to Weegar. Sorry, I just insulted all Flames fans. I don't know why I said it. I think they have the same number. And Flames get some cheers after they kill off the two-man advantage. Here come the Wild the other way. They'll chip it into the zone. Kicked up back by the Flames. Kadri moving it into the zone. Down low now. Flames now looking for options as they still try and play it. On the right side. Picked up by Calgary down low. Wild intercept. They try and take it down the other way. Hanley will clear it into the zone. Wild seem to be kind of playing a little bit more defensive-minded now. Here's Hartman. Shoots it! And it goes wide. Down low now. Hinostroza battling for the puck. Throws it up front. There's nobody there. Here's Klapka, who chips it through the zone. He's got some time. Loses it, and Wild get it right back. Hartman trying to backhand it back into the zone, but it's intercepted again by the Flames. Sharangovich. Pass up through neutral zone. A shot and a glove save. Once again by Philip Gustafsson. Less than 2 minutes left here in the second period. Calgary has the 3-0 lead with 2 goals in the second as they continue their dominance here. Again, thank you everybody for tuning into this stream. I really do appreciate it. If you guys are new, please do consider subscribing to join the community that we're building here on this channel. We will have a Watch With Nordic stream either Monday or probably Wednesday/Thursday. I can say for certain there's probably going to be one on Thursday. The other ones, we'll see. All right. Face-off coming now in the Minnesota end. Nazem Kadri, 9 goals in the last 13 games for the Calgary Flames. Again, as I said, he's had a very underrated year. Nobody really talks about it, how good he's been this season. Battling down low in the Calgary zone. Wild pick it up. Boldy thrown up to the point. Faber, pass in front. Eriksson Ek shoots it and deflected out of play. With about 80 seconds left here in the second frame. Showing off Dustin Wolf, rookie goaltender. I think there really should still be Calder consideration. Like, I mean, there's some talk of it dying down these last couple of weeks just because Wolf and the Flames. Like, I mean, recently they've been solid, but obviously it isn't ideal. Face off. Won by the Flames. Kevin Ball will clear it all the way down the other way. Picked up then by Coleman. He has to circle back around because the Flames were offside. Dumped into the zone. Backlund trying to get it. Throws it around behind the net. Boldy trying to pick it up there as well. It's kept in, though, by Calgary. Backlund with some room. Shoots it. Goes through the crease. Coronado then will fire that one behind the net. And it's picked up then by Coleman, who fires it back around behind the net as well. To Coronado, who also fires it behind the net. Back up to the point. Minnesota gets it out. Ball will regroup as the Wild try and play it, but it's intercepted. And Minnesota still regrouping. Boldy dumps it into the zone. Final minute of play here in the second period. 36 seconds. Wasn't even looking at the clock. Merrill back to Bogosian. Bogosian up then for Ball. As the Flames will take it back and wait. A phenomenal period there by Calgary. They still keep it up and keep it going. As Minnesota, again, if they win tonight, they would have been able to clinch, but it doesn't seem like that's going to happen. I'm not going to say it, though, because there's still a whole period left to play. 10 seconds left. Puck in the zone. Sharon Govich sends a pass up. One final push. Here's Calgary. Frost! A save by Gustafsson at the horn! Oh, that would have been phenomenal. Morgan Frost with a smile on his face saying, man, I wish I caught that one. But regardless, Calgary should be very happy with the way they've played. They're up 3-0 heading into the third period with goals from Kadri and Sharon Govich. And that being said, it is first intermission. Go get a snack. Go get a drink. Do what you gotta do. And we'll be back for the start of the third period momentarily. I'm going to go to the bathroom real quick. So just with all that water that I've been drinking, that obviously makes you have to go to the bathroom. So I shall return. All right, I'll be back, guys. All right. Sorry about that, folks. I have returned. Let's get another clip out. Because why not? Kadri's close to 1,000 games. Let's go take a look. Oh, wow, yeah. He won't hit it this year, but he will hit it next year. Like at the beginning of next year, he'll hit 1,000 games. So that's a definite. That's pretty sick, though. He's going to end up, if he plays 3 games left for Minnesota after tonight, he will end up with 985. So, yeah, I expect him to. Oh my God, Hyman and Ekholm are hurt? Are you serious? Yo, the Oilers are toast. They might actually lose in the first round. Like, they are toast. Just the injuries are, like, what's killing them. Oh, the Women's Worlds are happening. I'm sure Team Canada in the Women's Worlds has like 20 gold medals. I don't know. Like, I gotta be honest with you guys. This year's World Championship, like, that might actually be pretty entertaining. There's a lot of, like, notable players that are going. So I'm very intrigued to tune into that. Just go back. They are up 3-0. Yep, they are up 3-0. Yeah, I'm very intrigued to see. Very intrigued to see. Yeah, I'm very intrigued to see what the World Championship's gonna be like this year because it could be pretty decent. There's gonna be some pretty good players that are going. Like there are again, there are some good teams that got knocked out. Like I know Tage Thompson's going, Travis Sanheim's going for Canada. There's a few others that will be going as well. It's exciting. You know, players that want to make those that want to make those Olympic teams, they're gonna go, and it's gonna be pretty entertaining. You know, you always have there's always NHLers that go, but I feel like there's gonna be more this year because of the fact that the World Championships or the World Championship, the Olympics are next January or February, whatever the hell they are. I don't know. That one wasn't that great, but we'll still post it. Not yet. I'm going to post it tomorrow. Pre-schedule it for tomorrow.
Trent Frederick is out until game 1 or 2 of the Oilers' first round, so that's not ideal.
Down low, Coronado throws it up to the point. Down low, Coronado throws it up to the point. All right, are we ready to start the third already? All right, yeah, a little more time before the start of the third, but we're getting there. The optimism is high. Again, thank you everybody who have tuned in. I like the streams that are like consistent. You know, you got the people in the chat. They're not talking that much. They're just listening to the commentary, and I can appreciate that. So thank you everybody who has tuned in and has just watched the commentary. I really appreciate that, guys. Let me look at Sunday. I only work till 5 on Sunday. What games are on that night? What games are on that night? There's 9 games. Good lord. Ooh, there's some good ones. There's an animated game? Get out of here. Sharks versus Flames. Let's run it back. All right. Where'd my pencil go? Here it is. Let's do our, let's take a look at the other game that's happening tonight. Again, we recap the other two at the first intermission. Oilers leading Sharks 3-2. Looks like they will clinch because they needed at least 1 point, unless if the Sharks score with 38 seconds left. But it seems like the Oilers will clinch tonight. So expect another video coming from me after the game. I'm sure Flames fans are thrilled to hear that. I'm sure a lot of you Flames fans are just so happy to hear that the Oilers are clinching tonight. You guys are over the moon. All right, let's get ready for the start of the third period here. A little second period recap. Goals came from Yegor Sharangovich and Nazem Kadri to put the Flames up 3-0. All right. They're reviewing the plays. Yup, official. Oilers clinched their spot in the playoffs. Knew that was coming. So, got another clinching video to make tonight. All right, here we go. Face off here for the third period. It's important the Flames finish this one out and come off here with a huge 2 points in the Western Conference playoff race. Face-off is now underway. And it's won by the Wild. Brodin picks it up down low. Back then for Foligno, who drops it over them for Faber. Faber will clear it into the zone. Anderson now behind the net. Played over them by Kevin Ball. Back up then for Huberdeau. Huberdeau sends a pass up for Klapka, who does lose control of the puck, and as a result, it's an offside. And Spurgeon comes back from the locker room, as we talked about earlier in the second period. That's great news for Minnesota. The last thing they need is more injuries. Face-off here now, won by the Flames. Kadri plays it back, dumped into the zone by Weegar. On the right side then, Brock Faber trying to pick it up. Kadri gets it back down low. Stolen back by Brodin. Up then for Foligno, gives it up to Eriksson Ek, who clears it into the zone. Racing for it then is Boldy. And pass up to the point. It's kept in though by Spurgeon. Over a shot and deflected wide of the net and down into the corner. Chisholm. Moving it around behind the net. Tries taking it to the front. Can't do so. Will get it up to the point. Spurgeon. Pass up to Boldy. Shoots it. Tipped in front. And taken back by the Flames. They'll rush it the other way. A pass for Klapka to Huberdeau is missed. And it'll be an icing against the Flames. Shots are 26-13 through 2 frames. Calgary having double of what Minnesota shots are. So not perfect there if you're the Wild. You obviously can't win games on quite literally 13 shots, so not going to work out for you. Face-off now won by Minnesota. Faber shoots it, tipped wide of the net, down low. Weegar trying to play it. It's still kept in. Spurgeon. Rossi. Back down low. Zuccarello gets tapped off the puck. Kadri tries taking it up. Wild will keep it in. Zuccarello now down low in the corner. Picked up then by Rossi behind the net. Marco Rossi to the point. Brodin, a slap shot deflected wide. Kaprizov picks it up. Waits. At the point, Faber in front. It's tipped wide as well. Flames been out there for at least 2 minutes. They finally get off the ice. And an icing again against Calgary. As 2 minutes have now passed here in the third period. Yeah, those Flames were out there since the start of the period, and we're out there for over 2 minutes, and they have to stay out. Kadri on the faceoff now against Frederick Gaudreau. Again, when you get an icing, you have to stay out there on the ice. You can't change, so the Flames are going to try and get it and clear it, but to no avail. A shot from the point is blocked in front. Bogosian throws it back down low. Wild with it in front. Kaprizov, and a big save there by Wolf. As the puck slides out in front, he makes the cover, and some claps from the fans. As Calgary finally gets a line change. They're like, thank God, we need to get the heck off. Face off again, won by Minnesota. Merrill deflected in front as they try and throw it down low. Picked up again then by Coronado, who tries to tip it out of the zone. Kaprizov hits Coleman from behind. Still has control of the puck. Tries shooting it as he's like tied up right next to Zuccarello. Seems like Kaprizov's going to like double shift now at this point. Down in the corner, Kevin Ball trying to get out of the Calgary zone. Merrill trying to take it behind the net. It's thrown back over to the right side. Merrill moves through the zone. Shoots it just wide of the net. And back up then for Bogosian, who shoots it back down low. Johansson feeds it behind the net. Back then as Bogosian tries getting it down low. Merrill up in front. And blocked there. Coronado backhands it into the zone. As Hartman now waits in the wild end as Minnesota's trying to break it out again. They actually have been in the Calgary zone, but they're doing nothing. Like they're working, but they're doing nothing. It's kind of weird. Wolf plays the puck around. Flames trying to get it out. They will do so successfully. Klapka gets it down the other way. Pospisil will dump it into the zone. Back then for Spurgeon, who waits behind the net. A pass up and over as the Wild move it into the zone. Bean. Battling then. Slide out of the zone by Faber. Who tips it into the zone. He's racing in for it now. It's stolen back by Weegar first as Calgary gets some time to regroup. 4 minutes have passed here in the third. Weegar pass up then for Rooney, who chips it in. Down low, Lomberg then as they battle in the corner. It slides free. The Wild will play it back. Foligno drops it to Eriksson Ek. Eriksson Ek a pass up. It's intercepted by the Flames. And all the way back into the Minnesota end. 15:30. Puck goes back into the Calgary zone. Ball going at it then with Boldy. And slides up then for Kadri. One-on-one. Kadri with Bogosian. Through the front. Shot saved by Gustafsson. Flames regrouping. Anderson now in the Flames end. Fires a pass up then. Kadri back into the zone to Huberdeau. Huberdeau circles back around. Looks for options to the point. A shot! And that one goes out of play. All right, let me read your comments, Barbershop. I totally agree. Look, I look at the Oilers' blue line. Would I rather Broberg over Ty Emberson? Yes, no doubt. Would I rather Broberg over, what's the other guy's name? Emberson, Troy Stetcher? Yes, I would. Would I want Broberg at $4 million with 12 games played? No. So the Broberg one made a lot of sense. That they didn't offer sheet that one. But the Holloway one, definitely they probably should have offer sheeted him because they could have used that depth as opposed to guys like Arvidsson and Skinner just not working out there. And yeah, the flags in the back, I've had them since I was very young. Even the one in the corner there from the Oilers is like fresh from the 80s. It still has that smell to it that you're talking about. Spurgeon now in the zone. Back over then for Chisholm. As Kaprizov moves the puck. Through the zone down the right side. Played up then at the point. Spurgeon. Kaprizov to Rossi. Can't complete the pass. And the puck comes out. Chisholm. To Rossi, who dumps it down low. Over then as Sharangovich takes it behind the net. Pass up then through the zone for Bean as he joins the rush. Frost now behind the net, back to Sharangovich. On the right side, tipped by Pospisil, stolen back by Zuccarello, who throws it behind the net. 14 minutes left now in the third period. Some back and forth action, not a lot of shots. Calgary deflects it back down into the zone. Kaprizov will wait. I wouldn't be surprised if we possibly see Minnesota pull their tendy here. Maybe to just try and get something going. They look like they're not keeping Calgary in the zone, but like they're not shooting. They're not getting shots. It's been the same tally since the start of the third period. Behind the net then, Johansson with the puck. Being tied up by multiple Flames. He does get it free back to Bogosian. The point shot is tipped and goes wide. Down low then is Farabee, who's hit. Back then for Nyquist at the point. Bogosian shoots it, tipped as it goes up in the air. I thought I went into the netting, but nope. Nyquist on the right side. Looking for options. Throws it down low behind the net. Up to the point then. Gaudreau tries sending it down low. Intercepted by Farabee, and the Wild will come back out and regroup and rush it back into the zone. Bogosian on the right side comes in, shoots it, and another save there by Dustin Wolf. At the point, Johansson intercepted by Lomberg. Ryan Lomberg on the breakaway. He scores! Ryan Lomberg, the fourth line grit gets it done. And it's 4-0 Flames. And if there was any hope at all for Minnesota, it's gone now. What a play there by Lomberg. Phenomenal. Oh, that's sick. That's pretty terrific. And a big standing ovation for Lomberg as the crowd cheers on. And this Flames team should be very happy with themselves. And we get a goaltender swap. Marc-Andre Fleury is in for Gustafsson. What? A little weird. So Marc-Andre Fleury gets the nod as they pull Gustafsson. Little interesting. Little weird, but I guess, hey, give Fleury his flowers. Literally. Into the zone. It's dumped down low. Spurgeon at the point. Shoots it. Back then for Jake Bean. Over then as the Flames move it the other way. Bean through the zone. Pospisil sends it up to Frost. Intercepted. And dumped out the other way. Bean sends it back as Anderson will move into the zone and regroup. 12 minutes to go here in the third period. Ryan Lomberg with a dagger of a goal makes it 4-0 Flames. Kadri through the zone, intercepted then. Wild get it back. Boldy down the right side. Matt Boldy moves it behind the net. Pass in front, and it slides all the way down the other way. Yeah, but it won't be an icing. Faber down low in their own zone. Behind the net then. Intercepted by Flames. Klapka. Back over at the point as it's dumped down low. Kadri steals it right back. He drops it back for Klapka, but Lomberg on... Oh, it's Lomberg bobblehead night over there in Calgary? That's pretty sick. Foligno on the right side, taken back by Klapka. He's got Coleman with him. Blake Coleman circles back around, looks for options. And Wild intercepted right back. Backlund dumps it in the zone. And Wild will regroup. Halfway through the third period, it's 4-0 Flames. This one's basically over, folks. If it wasn't already through the first 3 goals. Just the Flames came to play tonight, and they have not given Minnesota much of anything. Fleury comes out to play it, backhands it behind the net. Bogosian gets to it. And you hear a loud "Let's Go Flames" chant here in Calgary. This is going to be 2 very huge points for the Flames. They move up to 90. They're 3 back with very few games remaining. Now they kind of wait. Shot in front, saved by Wolf. And dumped all the way down the other way. Spurgeon now waits for it. Tipped into the zone. Lomberg drops it back, then over for Bean. Jake Bean through the zone to Farabee. Farabee holds it. Pass in front end. Rooney can't finish. Picked up by Kaprizov. Back to Rossi. Rossi hit by Packle. And stolen back by Farabee, who tips it down the other way. Fleury plays that puck around. Spurgeon gets it right back. Backhanded into the zone by Rossi. Here comes Sharangovich. He shoots it and just wide of the net. Faber. Over to Gaudreau. Intercepted by Sharangovich again. Flames drop it back in. Dumped down low by Joel Hanley. Over then as Faber plays the puck. Wait. Gaudreau. Into the zone. Circles around. Up to the point. Faber a shot. Rebound in front end. That gets blocked as well as the Flames get it out of the zone. Sharangovich will subsequently shoot it into the Minnesota bench, almost at Gustafson, funny enough. And with less than 9 minutes left, Ryan Lomberg with a goal to make it 4-0 Calgary with 8:54 remaining. And let's see what these last couple of minutes have to say. Did the Wild even show up? It doesn't seem like it. Not really a good performance from the Flames. Or from the Flames, from the Wild. 13 shots. They haven't had a shot all period, I'm pretty sure. So, just Calgary's just dominated. It's like actually insane. Oh well. Again, everyone, thank you all for tuning in to tonight's Watch With Nordic stream. I greatly appreciate it. It's been a fun one. And stay tuned for... I might do one on Sunday. I looked at my schedule on Sunday. I should be done work at like 5:30. Maybe I can snag in a little Oilers game there in between. We'll see. All right. Montreal's a tough remaining schedule. They only have like 4 games left, though. We'll see. Face-off now, won by Minnesota. Bogosian clears it into the zone and around. Flames trying to regroup with it. Rooney now with the puck as the fourth line's back out there. Hit by Minnesota. They keep it in the zone. Merrill drops it back. Looks for options. Throws it in front. Intercepted. And Minnesota can't get a clear end. Shot by Hinostroza. Pad save by Wolf. That's the first shot for Minnesota in a long stretch of hockey there. Bogosian clears it into the zone. Wolf then goes behind the net to play the puck. Slid around then. And the Wild still looking to try and set up here. 8 minutes to go. Trennan throws it up to the point. A shot blocked in front again. And Rooney slides it up to Lomberg. He doesn't know where the puck is, and it goes back into the Minnesota end anyways. Faber dumps it into the zone. Around then as Foligno picks it up. Back over for Ball. Anderson then gets it over. As Calgary trying to get out of the zone. Huberdeau tied up against the boards with Rossi. As the Wild's players are double shifting, it seems like. Puck is still in the corner. It comes free. Faber up at the point. Over. Eric's neck. A shot is saved by Wolf again. Ball. Trying to get to it. Taken back by the Wild. Foligno tries throwing it in front. And it's intercepted as it goes up in the air. Klapka looking for options. Down low now. Anderson trying to clear it out of the zone. And we got a whistle. And we got some pushing and shoving now from both sides as, you know, tensions are definitely going to boil over here a little bit. Ugh. All right, let's finish this one up. Got about 7 minutes left. Finish this up, and then I can go to bed. Well, no, actually, I can't go to bed. I agree, Von Hook. I think they could use somebody like that. 100%. I 100% agree. All right, sorry about that, guys. All right, face-off coming outside of the Calgary zone. Let's finish this one up. 7:03 remaining. Shots are 29-15, so the Wild have racked up some shots now. Face-off won by the Flames. In their own zone, they'll clear it down the other way. Backlund racing for it now. Picked up then by Minnesota. Spurgeon dumps it into the zone. Weegar now with it behind the net. As it slides through and into the Wild end as they regroup. Wolf. Now behind the net. Weegar then back for Kadri, who sends it up through the zone. Coronado then to Weegar, who dumps it down low. Flames are taking on the Sharks once again, so a very must-win game there for Calgary. Once again, they need those 2 points back. Again, if they can get the 2 points tonight and Minnesota/St. Louis doesn't get any wins, I don't know. They'll be 1 point. They'll be 1 point back. It's not impossible. Well, no, they'll be... No, you're right. They'll be 1 point back. Never mind. I'm looking at it. I can't do math. Dumped into the zone by Minnesota. Down low, Lomberg trying to move the puck around. Faber back with it on the right side. Gaudreau as well. Behind the net. Wild pick it up. They try and shoot it. They're doing the wave in Calgary. That's just how you know how boring this game has become. Flames go back in their own end and regroup. Frost with the puck. Moves it through center ice. Chips it into the zone. Down low. Backlund with it. Up to the point. Anderson. Throws it down low again. Pospisil to Ball. Kevin Ball falls on his feet. And intercepted by Minnesota. They'll try and move it the other way. Johansson slides it up then for Gaudreau. Intercepted again by the Flames. Kevin Ball. Ball looking for options. We'll throw it back then for Farabee. Farabee looks in front of Lomberg, who drops it back up to the point. Anderson shoots it. Blocked in front. Rebound! And a save by Fleury. Lomberg in front! And it's blocked. Zuccarello now moving it the other way. Rooney waits over to Anderson. Back to Lomberg. Lomberg! Saved by Fleury! He goes with the pad stack. This isn't Chell. I'm kidding. Trennan passes it through and into the Flames zone. That'll be an icing against Minnesota in the final 5 minutes here. Yeah, Marc-Andre Fleury just did like a NHL 25 type move that you do with your goaltender. It's kind of funny. All right, face-off coming now. Won by the Flames. Hanley shoots it, saved by Fleury. Kadri now plays it up to the point. Hanley fires it around. And backhanded out of the zone then by Hinostroza as another icing against Minnesota. Yeah, this one's pretty much a wrap. The Flames are going to get these 2 points. The Wild will not clinch tonight. Face off. In the Minnesota end, won by the Flames. Passed up to the point then. Klapka trying to get to it. Intercepted. Wild on a breakaway. It's Trenin. He's in. He scores! Jakob Trenin with 4:31 left to go. And the Wild are on the board. And now it's 4-1. Unfortunate there for Dustin Wolf. Could not hold the shutout. And Trenin intercepts that pass from Klapka on the breakaway. And he scores that one there on Dustin Wolf. Why is it like that? I hope it's just my phone that's doing that. Icing against Minnesota. What is happening right now? Okay, it is just my phone. All right, face-off won by the Flames. Shot wide of the net is Coronado on a big chance there. It goes wide. Picked up down low then. Kaprizov now behind the net. Coronado. Battling on the right side now. Backlund with it. Shoots it. Saved by Fleury. Back then as Eriksson tries breaking it the other way. I wouldn't be shocked if we see Minnesota. If they can get back into the Calgary zone, maybe they'll pull Fleury and see what they can get going here. Here comes Kaprizov to Eriksson. He shoots it. It goes above the net then. Played down low and dumped all the way down the other way by Calgary. They looked. Kaprizov battling now down low. Shoots it just wide of the net. Ball now with it. Intercepted back then by Pospisil. And that puck goes out of play. My phone was like frozen and I'm like, oh, why is it doing that? All right, final commercial break. 3:18. 4-1 in favor of the Flames. Minnesota does get on the board with a Jakob Trenin goal. Thank you, everybody, for joining us here tonight. Just want to say one last time, I appreciate everybody who comes in and watches these streams throughout the regular season up to now. We have built ourselves a very good crowd of people that tune into most of, if not all, the streams. So thank you all so much for that. All right, here we go. Let's finish this one up.
Very good crowd.
All right. All right, Wild pulled their goaltender as I expected. Hanley throws it around the zone. Down low now, Minnesota trying to play it. Kaprizov. And Faber can't keep that puck in. 3 minutes remaining now here in the third period. Faber drops it back then over for Boldy, who moves it through the zone back to Rossi. Gets it behind the net to Weegar. Weegar up through the zone. Flames get it back. Backlund to Coleman. Can't keep it in the zone. And we get a whistle for offside as we get some pushing and shoving. Yeah, definitely going to call that for sure. All right. Yeah, so they're blowing the whistle on that. All right, 2:46 remaining here in the third. Shots are 32-17. Fleury is back in the net. And we got some pushing and shoving from Coronado and Kaprizov. You can see Frost in the background with a big smile on his face. He's liking this. And face-off coming here yet again. Won by the Flames. Battling for it down low, thrown around behind the net. Wolf will try clearing it around. 2.5 minutes left. Zuccarello now down low. Intercepted. Cleared down the line by Anderson. Battling for it then. Coronado trying to get a goal there, but stolen back by Minnesota. Ball with it. Pass in front. Down low then. Coronado looking for a goal. Back to Backlund. A shot from Coleman, and that one goes wide with 2 minutes left. Again, looking for the empty netter here. Into the zone now. Eriksson Ek as the Flames intercept it back. Anderson will slide it around. It'll deflect. And out of the zone. Less than 2 minutes left. Kaprizov to Boldy. Back to Kaprizov. Tied up down low. Flames try getting it and clearing. Kept in though by the Wild. Foligno. Up to the point. Over. Kaprizov blocked in front. Pospisil steals it back. Shoots for the empty net. And he will go just wide. And that will be an icing with 1:37 remaining in the third period. Now, you guys may think that this game is out of reach for Minnesota. Might I remind you, earlier this week, the Canucks scored 3 goals in 1 minute to tie the game up against Dallas after allowing an empty netter, by the way. So, no lead is safe, especially a 3-goal lead. But to be honest with you, the way the Wild are playing, I think this game's kind of safe. Johansson shoots it, blocked in front by Pospisil. Minnie trying to clear a shot. They score! Oh, no. Oh, no. What did I just do? What did I just say? Gustav Nyquist with 90 seconds left. It's 4-2. Guys, what did I just do? I just jinxed it again. Oh, my God. Oh, no. Now it's 4-2 all of a sudden. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Now I'm worried. You guys remember that game against Dallas we streamed? Where they came back from down like 5-1? Oh, no. Now I'm scared. Now I'm scared. All right, 4-2. 4-2 Calgary with 90 seconds left. 1:30. Face-off won by the Flames. Intercepted down low by Minnesota. Maybe that gets them some life into them. They're going to pull Fleury right away. Suddenly, this game just became doable. Gaudreau. Through the zone. Drops it back then. Up and over for Hartman as Minnesota looks for a way to gain entry. A pass up and through. Down low. Nyquist trying to play it. Intercepted. Flames race for it. It's going to get a... Oh, what a play by... I think that was Hartman to deny Huberdeau the empty net. Here's Johansson now the other way into the zone. Final minute of play here in the third period. Nyquist shoots it. Blocked in front. Down low. 40 seconds left. Minnesota. Hartman in front. Denied there. Gaudreau. Up to the point. Chisholm. Over. Oh, man. I couldn't get to Nyquist in time. Shot in front. Saved by Wolf. 30 seconds left. Nyquist. Waits. Down low. 24 seconds left. Pass up to Backlund the other way. To Coronado. For the empty net. He hits the post. Coronado in front. Blocked by a Wild. 10 seconds left. And the Flames in front for Kaprizov, but it's not good enough. Calgary will pick up a huge 2 points. And they stay alive. Final score 4-2 in favor of the Calgary Flames. And they are now 3, and I count 3 points back of Minnesota/St. Louis in a must-win game. Calgary gets the dub. What a game. What a stream. What a commentary. Go Flames, go. Wild GG's. That was a fun game from both sides. I enjoyed that a lot. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it from all of you. And Calgary keeps things interesting. And they keep things alive here in the Western Conference playoff race. With 3 games left, they're 3 points back. I don't know. If they keep on winning, it's not impossible. We'll see. But that being said, that'll do it for this Watch With Nordic live stream. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. A huge win for the Calgary Flames. And that'll do it for me tonight. My voice is starting to not like me, so that's it telling me to get off. That is what I'll be doing. Thank you all for watching. I really appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. And I will see you guys in